Hello everybody, Don Juan here and welcome to Mega Makeup Monday. Whenever I can't do my Spotlight Saturday, I will try my best to make it up on Monday as Mega Makeup Monday. I'm still gonna put it in the Spotlight Saturday playlist because I don't want all kinds of playlists. I am officially back in school today. So Saturday and Sunday were like crazy for me with cleaning, doing chores, packing up to go back to school and all. So I was barely able to take out to release Year Walk, and I really couldn't do this one until today. Yeah. Alright, so I know a lot of people have a lot of questions about Year Walk because like what the hell, I didn't explain shit while I was playing it. But that's because I really wanted to do this Year Walk Spotlight Saturday, but it's a Mega Makeup Monday because I'm doing it today. Anyways, let's get right into it. It's gonna be a good video. Now, Year Walk, or Årsgång, I'm butchering Swedish. It's a Swedish pagan rite, and there isn't much known about this like pagan rite thing, right? But what we do know is that it's at least 1,000 years old, and we know what we have to do. So you have to walk through the forest until you reach the church, and the whole point of this was to get a vision of the future. And before doing this, certain things had to be done. You had to fast for 24 hours in a dark room with little to no human contact. We kind of get that in the game with the character, how he's like in his house and it's dark. And the only human contact he gets is when he visits the girl. And, the walk could only be done on a few certain days of the year. That's why I really wanted to record, I will release this video like on New Year's or the day after, because you'll see right now. And the last recorded Year Walk that we know of was performed in the late 19th century or the early 20th century. Days that you can walk are, as stated here. So there's actually like quite a good number of days, especially around December. Like you have Yule, so that was like the 22nd, the first full moon after Yule, Christmas Eve, then there was St. Stephen's feast day right after Christmas on the 26th. Then there was New Year's Eve right after New Year's. There was 12th night. Yeah, you can look at this. I'm gonna move on, but only on these days could one perform a Year Walk. So more about it. After you fasted, you went to like the church gate, right? And you had to place an Icelandic magical stave, which I shall show you in a bit, on the lock and whisper, "All trolls reach into the lock, devil reach in so that it may break." Then you would blow into the lock and the lock would open. And the first apparition that you would encounter would be the church grim. And he would just be like, "Yeah, time to walk, la la la." Face it, right? So here are the magical staves, and this one, lock breaker, is the one that you would put onto the lock to open it for the incantation. So yes, they look cool. The church grim, I'm putting their like Swedish, Scandinavian names right here, because yeah, I'm not gonna try to butcher their names anymore. So the church grim is the first apparition one sees, like at the beginning of the walk, and then it's also the last apparition that they have to get past before they can get their vision, as you saw in my game. And if you didn't see, I highly recommend. Oh shit! I'm gonna put a spoiler warning in the beginning of the video, in case people haven't watched the playthrough or played the game themselves. I highly recommend you play the games. Anyways, where the church grim comes from is in the old days before a church was built, a goat was buried under the ground, like below the foundation of the church. And this goat was either buried with a criminal, like a convicted killer or whatever, or the heart of the criminal was removed from his or her body, and then the goat's heart was replaced with the criminal's heart. Then the church would be built on top of this goat, right? The church grim would manifest like in the church at night or whatever, and it was the church grim's duty to protect the church from thieves, evildoers, bandits, and to present the final test to the Year Walker. So, I want to talk about one of the apparitions that we don't see in the game, and that is the Draugr, or Revenants. They're Swedish Scandinavian zombies, basically. So, the Draugr, they're reanimated corpse, but the thing that set them apart from zombies is that they have superhuman strength, they can change their size freely, and they can drive those around them mad, like, make them go crazy and shit. Draugr means again walker, and the legend states, quote, "The will appears to be strong enough to draw the Hugr spirit back to one's body." These reanimated individuals were known as Draugr. However, though the dead might live again, they could also die again. Draugr die a second death, as Chester Gould calls it, when their bodies decay, are burned, dismembered, or otherwise destroyed. And, you know, we don't see these in the in-game because, I don't know, I guess he didn't want us to have to be worrying about something chasing us. It's a horror game, but it's more like a, I don't know, it has a serene atmosphere. I'm gonna give this game a rating at the end. Now we get to the first apparition that we see within the game, the Huldra. So, the Huldra has had a few different interpretations in its mythology, and the one that we see it having in-game is the Guardian of the Forest. And so, in legend, you know, Huldras protected the forest that they were in charge of. And some hunters or travelers, before passing through a forest, they would present an offering of their blood to the Huldra. If the Huldra accepted their offering, she would grant them safe passage through the woods, and she would promise them a good hunt if they were hunters. Now, this was dangerous, and like, you're wondering, oh, why didn't everybody just do it? You know, just give her a few drops or like a cup. Nah, the Huldra took what she wanted. So a lot of people were very wary when presenting to the Huldra, because she could either take a few sips or just drink you dry. In other legends, the Huldra is seen more like a siren, but like in the forest. She tempts men with her songs and lures them to their death. But you know, we see her as the first incarnation in Year Walk. Now we get to the next incarnation, the Brook Horse. So the Brook Horse is found in rivers and lakes, and it beckons to people that are trying to cross. And you know, no matter how many people there are, its back will always stretch to be able to accommodate everybody. Once everybody is on board, it dives into the lake and drowns everyone. Now, the Brook Horse isn't all bad. It also helps, as we see in the game, it helps. It's one of its other duties is to help the Mylings pass into the afterlife. Next, we have the Myling. So, the Mylings are pretty depressing, and they have some, you know, background knowledge that you need to know. So, you know what wedlock is. It's like when you have a baby and you're not married. So, back in the day, since people were like super religious, this was seen as taboo. You were not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to have a baby with anybody unless you were married to them. So, a lot of women would abandon their kids in the woods. And then another reason is if so a lot of people were super poor back then. So if they were if they didn't have enough money to pay for like food for all their kids, they would abandon like the weakest one or whatever in the woods. So a matron, a matron right here, they were just women who helped mothers deliver babies, because delivering babies back in the day was really tough. So some women saw this as an opportunity to make money. So they were often matrons, matrons, however you pronounce that. And after a woman would have the baby, if they knew that the baby was out of wedlock or whatever, they would tell the mother, instead of sending your baby out to die into the woods, give them to me and give me like a certain amount of money, right? And I will take this baby and I will find it a suitable home. You know, the moms would be like, oh, you know, like thank goodness that my baby doesn't have to die, la la la, this and that. So, you know, they would pay the angel makers, that's what they were called, and the angel makers would then proceed to just kill the baby in the forest anyways. And we see those in the game, you know, when when we find the Mylings, and it's all creepy and shit. So the Mylings are said to be the spirits of these babies. They're unable to rest due to the way they died. And there are several ways for a Myling to be able to pass on. One of them is for you to provide them to with charity. Like, if you're a traveler in the woods and like a creepy child comes up to you and asks you for food, give him food, and he'll be able to rest. Another one is to take them to the Brook Horse. He will guide them into the afterlife. The third way is for them to get revenge on the ones who killed them, like either their mom or the Angel Maker. There's a famous legend, the most famous legend about the Myling is there's a farmer, right? He has a very small farm, and he's out working in the fields. A small child comes up to him and asks him for food because he claims to be starving. The farmer says, "Oh, well, we're in a pretty tough time right now. I barely have enough food to feed myself and my family, so I apologize, but I can't do that." So the baby keeps pleading the farmer, and the farmer finally gives in and says, "Okay, my daughter's at home. Go ask her, and if she wants to give you any of her ration, then feel free." So the kid goes, and then the farmer points to where the house is. The kid goes, and the farmer finishes working. At sundown, when the farmer returns home, he sees his daughter dead on the ground, and like her heart is missing. And it turns out that that kid was a Myling of a child that she killed, and the farmer didn't give it charity, so it had to pass on in the only other way that it could at the time, which was to kill its mom. Next we have the Night Raven. The Night Raven is weird. I don't know, I want to believe that it has more meaning than to what I've been able to find out, but this is all that I have so far. So the Night Raven is an ancient of death that stalked travelers at night, and it was said that if you looked through the holes of its wings, that you would grow sick and die. And I don't know, I want to feel otherwise, because in Norse mythology and Scandinavian mythology, you have Odin and you have the goddess Babd, the crow goddess. And Odin's ravens, they're very smart. They serve as his eyes and ears, as his spies and messengers. And then you have the goddess Babd. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. And she's like a three-faced goddess. And I mean it literally. There's I believe originally they were three sisters, and then they fused into one being. And any one of the personalities can be in control at any one time. So Babd, she was a crow, so obviously she was a goddess of death, but and a goddess of war. But at the same time, she was also a goddess of if you died in battle, and she approved of you, she would make sure that you died with honor, and pass you on into the palace and everything. I don't know, she's cool. I'll do a Spotlight Saturday on her if you guys really want me to. So then, now we're going to talk about the prophecies. So, in the show, in the game, if you guys saw, it was it's too late, I don't love you, so and so, and it ends with the girl being dead. Yeah, I'll talk about a little bit more about that after the video. So these are some of the prophecies that one could see while performing a year walk. If spirits were seen to be leaving graves, then that meant that a plague or a disease were coming. Elves carrying wheat or mice stealing hay from barns meant that a good harvest was coming. People chopping down the trees or armed men was war. Marriage convents showed the specific people getting married that year. And funeral processions showed specific deaths. So spirits leaving the graves meant a large number of people were dying, while funeral processions just meant that a few people were gonna die, and it showed which ones that was. So then we have the final apparition. We don't encounter this apparition in the game, and you'll see why right now. So, the wise man was an apparition that can only be encountered after performing 7 successful year walks. At the end of the 7th year walk, you could encounter an old armed man riding horseback in the cemetery. the man would also be holding a rune quabble, and I'll put up a picture of that momentarily. If you could challenge the old man and take the rune quabble from his hand, you would no longer need to year walk to receive visions of the future. You would receive visions periodically, and you would also gain, a ton of wisdom and knowledge. And a rune quabble is just like a rune thingy, like the ones we see in the game. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so that's all I have for this. On a final note, I know when I recorded your walk, I said that I was going to do a 2-part video, and the reason for that is there is a second ending to the game that I did not show. And I don't know if you guys want me to do the second ending, because I felt that it wouldn't be good for me to record it, because a lot of the beauty of the second ending comes with the journal. You, after beating the game, it tells you remember 1894, north of the mill, south of the brook. If on the map you hover your mouse like this, north of the mill and south of the brook, it tells you the username and the password for the encyclopedia within the game. Or for the journal, not the encyclopedia, for the journal within the game. That opens up like a ton of journal passages of like this side story that the creator made, that deal with like the main story, to give you the alternate ending. I don't want to say much in case you guys really want me to do it. But the thing is, the reason why I didn't do it is because I don't know exactly how I would do it. Each time that I played this game, I read through the journal entries, and there's a lot. Like, there is a lot of journal entries. I would not be able to fit all of them into one 20-ish minute video because there's just way too many. And it just shows you the alternate ending. But if you guys really want me to, I can go through them, show you guys the most important ones, and then do the second ending of your walk. But I will only do that if I get a lot of comments telling me to do it and stuff. Alright? Anyways, thank you all for watching this video on your walk. I'm not sure, let me see, have I gone over time what I said? No, I have not. Okay, excellent. Alright, so yeah, after this, I have one more video to post that I recorded last year. Well, that's funny, that was 4 days ago. Yeah, that I recorded last year, which is over 30 minutes long. So after that video, I'm going to try to keep all my videos to 24 minutes or so at the longest. Alright? Anyways, thank you all for watching. This has been Don Juan, signing out. Hello guys, this is embarrassing. While I was recording the year walk video, I'm gonna add this part to the video at the end. I totally forgot that I was supposed to review the game as well. So I'm just gonna review it real quick so I don't make the video too long. Anyways, as you guys all can see, the lore, the legend, everything in Year Walk is amazing. It's very well researched. I actually really enjoy that he did not include the Draugr into the game, because I feel like it would have ruined the game if it was a game where I felt pressured to run away, I enjoy that it was a game where I was able to take my time to solve each puzzle, enjoy the atmosphere. The art of the game is beautiful, the music is haunting, it's hypnotic. I enjoyed it so much. Everything about the game was amazing. 10 out of 10. Yes, I give this game a 10 out of 10. I highly recommend you go play it. It is I don't know, $3 I think on iOS and Android, and I think it's $10 on Steam. In all honesty, if you really want to play it on the PC, you can wait for a Steam sale. Yeah, because I think when it's on sale on Steam, it's $2 or something. And then I think it's $30 on the phone. The phone version of the game is great. Some of the puzzles are different because it's a phone, it's touchscreen, but the overall story is the same. The music is still really good, and it still looks really good because you have phones that can play games better than GameCube and other older consoles. Yeah, so I give this game a 10 out of 10 and a certified Don Juan stamp of certification that I will one day come up with and put back into my videos, but not today because I'm in a hurry to post this video. What I'm scrolling through right now is the journal, just to give you guys an idea of what it looks like. See, it's a lot. It's a lot. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Really, this time, this is Don Juan signing out.